Hi, and welcome to today's Friday's live trading video. I think it's something like that. Anyway, I hope you're all very well. It's 7:45, and we're going to dive straight in actually here. We've got a set up on the hourly chart of the euro dollar. I know the euro dollar's been going up, and fun enough, yesterday I was saying to the guys in the trading room here, we were looking to get long on it, but it just didn't pull back enough for us to get long. So, and as it turns out today, there's a short potential. So I'm just gonna, there we go, got one unit in, just gone short with one unit there, and I'll try and build this position. Let's have a look. We're at 33. Stops up above the highs will be, actually we'll get a second unit in. It's only because it's only 7:45. You sometimes think, oh, you might get a better entry, but actually I'll get two units in now, and then if we do get a bit of a retracement, then I'll get the other units in. So I've got two units in, short on the euro dollar here. It's done a double top on the daily charts. Let's go and have a look. I say it's not done a double top, it's at the highs, or just breached the highs. I'm not expecting a major retracement at the moment on the euro dollar. So there's a setup here, and I'll be actively managing this setup because I still think that overall this euro dollar could go higher. But nevertheless, there's a little divergence in the background at the moment. We'll see if we can make some pips out of it. So there's the two units. I've got nothing else going on the account at the moment. Not got anything other positions in. So there's the two units. I'll just get the stops in. I'll put those stops up at what did I say? Just above 55. I'll do that in a second. And that's it for now. And if it does bump up a bit after 8 o'clock, then I'll look for extra units. But I won't be looking to. This won't be a trade that I'm particularly looking to run or anything like that. Because although we're at this double top, so on the dailies, so we can expect maybe a little bit of a reaction, but I'm not looking for much. So we'll just see what happens here this morning. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so just brought the other chart up here. So I've been talking to the guys in the trading room here about the where to target on this euro dollar, because I'm not that bearish on it. I've been talking about this. I think I said it earlier on when I was doing the recording here. It's now 10 past 8. I'm not that bearish really on it. It's just that there's a bit of a setup on to short it, and of course it could come down nicely, but I don't feel that I want to be overly short the euro dollar, because overall I'm still bullish on it. But that's fine. You can be overall bullish on a higher time frame, but it can still obviously do its moves on an intraday basis. So what I'm going to target is this purple line here. These purple lines they just plot and show the prior day's highs and the prior day's lows. That's all they are. So this purple line just lines up with yesterday's high, which is obviously this high here. This is an hourly chart. So so that'll be the target down there. So just that purple line. So because the euro dollar overall, yes, it's at a double top potential. At least it's breached that high there, so it does allow it to have a bit of a pullback. But I'm well aware, looking at other factors, that this euro should overall still go higher. It can do a bit of a pullback intraday, but overall in the coming days, I'd like to see it still go higher anyway. So we shall see. So that's the target. I'll come back to this later. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is obviously last week we had to cut the video off before the Aussie dollar trade had completed, and I took this screenshot at one point on the Friday, and we were sitting up £1,900, but in fact it was over £2,000 by the time, because we actually closed out the final segment on Monday. So it was a really nice trade actually, that Aussie dollar. So all good stuff from last week. But you're only as good as your last trade, as they always say, as you always have to remind yourself. So we are just sitting here watching this euro trundle along. The price action it lends itself to a push up at the moment. It's not been that forceful to the downside. So, but it could just be that it consolidates and then goes for a break. But as we can see, we're at 10 past 8, and no real major price action at the moment. Overlappy type price action here on the 5-minute charts. We've not seen any uh, major move coming in one direction or another yet, where we've seen some better looking candles. We haven't seen that as yet, considering we are beyond 8 o'clock now. So we shall see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back, and we can see that the pound, the euros, is come down. It's done a retrace. It's rolled back over again. It's still at practically the price we're at now, where I got in again. It's back up there. But as I said first thing this morning, I think this euro overall is bullish. This is the hourly chart here, and so overall bullish. I was looking for that little bit of a retracement this morning, but it's just not happened as yet. It could still happen. But I've been chatting here with the guys in the room and just saying, well, we'll have to just see. I think the euro's got the potential to maybe even go up to 126 today, but there's not much we can do about that. I was wanted to get long yesterday on a bit more of a pullback. It didn't quite do that, and now we've had this divergent behaviour, so it's fair enough taking the divergent trade, but the trend is obviously up. Doesn't mean to say there can't be pullbacks, but it doesn't look like the price action has not been all that so far today. So if I get stopped out, so be it. I think the euro, if it does go higher, could go, like I said, break up to, if we go back up to the daily charts, have a nice break up to the next round number. So we'll have to see. But if it does that, the difficulty sometimes is when you are at a certain level, I can't actually find a level that I can justify getting in on the long side, really. So because of course I could just get long, but it could still obviously do a retracement as well, because it has had a good run, and so you end up being stuck on the outside, really. So I don't have a setup to get long, it's just an observation. Anyway, we shall see how it plays out and whether it does pull back for us this morning or what. So we'll see. I'll press pause for now. I tell you what, one thing that will, I've got to leave. I'm heading off down to the West Country this afternoon. If this video is not completed, I'll have to end up just calling it a wrap, and because I've got to get the video finished before I leave. So it could, but if the euro just plays around, then it could be that we don't get a completion of this video. But we'll see. I would have thought it would move one way or another before 1 o'clock. Right, just back, and we've been chin-wagging away here this morning in the trading room because, as we can see, the euro's really moving around a lot. That's a sign that it's probably going to go higher at some point. It's a sign. So I was even looking at potentially managing the stop and move. I think if we break this low down here, let's have a look at it. If we break that low, if we break this low, then I'll move my stop down to above this high. But at the moment, as yet, we've still not done that. So, but what we will do is I'm going to put the limit orders in, actually. So it's at 125.11. So I'm going to put 125.11. What I'll do is I'll put one limit order in. Oh, look at that! I'm up a whopping £51.3 there. And I suspect this is probably going to end up being it could still turn up and stop us out yet. But anyway, I'll put one in there and I'll reserve the right to do whatever. Because sometimes you think, oh, I'll come out, but I don't know, if it all of a sudden the price started coming down and then started breaching it a bit more, there could be a little bit more, a bit further down for it to come. So I'll leave the other one in. But yeah, it's all a bit slow today after last week's stuff. It's been another good week this week though, and but we're just sort of seeing how this morning's trades. It's not going to be a big trade, is it? This trade, it's not going to be very big. It's going to be 20 odd pips if it does get down to that profit target. So not a lot going on. Anyway, I'll press pause for now. Hi, just back. We're just having a laugh with the guys here. Right, okay, so it was only a couple of minutes ago I was recording that, saying that if it breaks that prior low there, if I take this to a 15-minute chart, if it breaks this low, then I will trail that stop down. So we can do that now. We can trail the stop down to the 40s. So let's put that back to the hourly so you can see what it's done here. So let's bring it up again. So we'll trail that stop down now. What did I just say? About 43. Right, okay. Let's see. So I shall trowel the stop down to 125.43. 125.43. It's a very different sort of trade today. It feels different because of the, like I've been saying all morning about that euro, and me being suspicious that I think it's ultimately going to be going higher. If it comes down today, yes, it's a bonus, and I make a little bit of money at the end of the week. But I am suspicious that that it might want to turn around and go to new highs at some point. So I'm managing it because I'm not entirely trustful of this trade today. Hence why we've only put a smaller positions on, but it'll make a couple hundred quid on this account also if we get down there. So we'll see. I'll press pause. Okay, just back and looking like we're going to get there, and just on top of my levels. But I was talking to the guys in the room here, and I am going to just exit both of these if we can get to that level. So we're right on it at the moment. So let's get the manual close ready. So we're on. It's saying 12. It's saying 11.8 on the chart. So it looks like it's about done it. So I'll take one of them off anyway. So there we go. So we close one out, and the other one will just hit any second at 125.11. There it goes. And now it's just gone to 125.6 anyway. I've got a bit of positive slippage there. £301 there for Friday's live trading. So it's got there anyway. Let's do a quick review. I've not overly liked being short there today on the euro because I'm bullish on it overall, but we've ended up making some money, and it'll probably be that the euro will go and do a big push down now, and I should have held on to a unit. But that's just, sometimes you just say, do you know what, I'm happy enough with what I get out of this. So anyway, trade's done, and overall though, I still see the euro as potentially breaking out at some point. If it doesn't do it today, then at some point in the near future we'll see about that. But that's how I'm having to look at it at this stage. So not a bad little end to the week. I shall be back in touch middle of next week, and then live trading on Friday. See you then.